Welcome back to Prepper's Edge, where survival isn't fear, it's freedom. We prepare, we plan, we thrive. In a world of challenges, survival is universal. From Finland's forests to Australia's deserts, one instinct ties us: get ready or get left behind. This is hope in action, proof of humanity's strength. This is Preppers around the world. Prepare, endure, overcome. In the United States, the spirit of self-reliance runs deep. From bug-out bags to homesteading, food stockpiles to bunkers, Americans are preparing for grid collapse, civil unrest, and EMP threats. With a heavy focus on self-reliance and Second Amendment rights, the time to prepare is now before the storm hits. In rural America, especially in the Midwest and South, many preppers build secret bunkers hidden under old barns or tool sheds. These aren't obvious military-grade bunkers. They're concealed with false flooring, hay bales, and fake equipment to throw off intruders. Many include air filtration systems, decades of food supplies, and alternative escape tunnels leading to distant tree lines. Deep in the heart of the United Kingdom, a different kind of survival instinct is emerging. They call themselves the silent preppers, and they're preparing for everything from energy shortages to terrorism. I've seen them with my own eyes, stockpiling food, water, and essentials, ready to face whatever comes their way. They're reinforcing their homes, learning to live off the grid, and honing their self-defense skills, all with a fierce determination to protect their families. These are the men and women who won't be caught off guard. They're the ones who understand that survival is not a game, it's a responsibility. Many silent preppers in the UK use hidden, private amateur, ham radio relay networks ready to replace internet or cell towers if SHTF, fully independent from government systems. UK preppers have mastered grey man prepping because of space restrictions and tight communities. In small terrace homes and council flats, preppers build hidden food pantries inside false wardrobes, under beds, or even inside fake chimney flues. Rainwater capture barrels are disguised as garden features, and home insulation is sometimes doubled to improve heat retention in blackouts. The Swiss spirit is one of calm, organisation and efficiency, deeply ingrained in their national culture. In Switzerland, prepping is not just a personal choice, it's a national mandate. The Swiss are not just preparing for the unexpected, they are ready for it. With mandatory food storage and civil defence bunkers, they are fortifying their homes and forming tight-knit community networks. They understand that when disaster strikes, it's not about running away, it's about holding the line together. Swiss families often have pre-packed emergency kits for their pets too. Full survival bags just for cats and dogs, including food, collapsible carriers, and first aid. The Swiss don't just have public bunkers. Many older apartment blocks and new homes are required by law to have reinforced bunkers built into basements. Families quietly hold annual inventory checks, cycling through food stores, medical kits, and even NBC, nuclear biological chemical gear, treating it as routine maintenance, not paranoia. In the serene landscapes of rural Japan, the beauty might seem untouched, but beneath this tranquility lies a community meticulously prepared for natural disasters. Many rural Japanese install private earthquake-resistant shelters, minimalist personal safes designed to withstand the forces of nature. They've experienced the devastating power of earthquakes and tsunamis firsthand, and they're not taking any chances. From the open plains to the hidden shelters, rural Japanese are ultra-organized and ready. In earthquake-prone cities like Tokyo and Sendai, some families install small earthquake survival pods inside their homes. These reinforced carbon fiber capsules are designed to protect against building collapse, fire and debris for several days, equipped with air holes, water bladders, food rations and emergency beacons. Australia, the fire and flood fighters. In Australia, prepping is a rugged DIY affair, driven by the harsh outback conditions. They focus on bushfire prepping, managing rural isolation and harvesting rainwater. Prepping here is about outback toughness and self-reliance. They've developed systems to ensure everyone is prepared for wildfires, floods and the impacts of climate change. In the face of these threats, they remain resilient, organized and unified, a testament to their outback toughness and community spirit. Focus, bushfire prepping, rural isolation, rainwater harvesting. Australian families in fire risk zones pack go tubs. waterproof crates preloaded with vital documents, medications, heirlooms, survival gear, and even masks for smoke inhalation. These tubs are placed near exits during fire season, ready to throw into a car at a moment's notice. Some rural preppers also create hidden underground fire bunkers to survive fast-moving bushfires. South Africa, the security preppers. In the bustling cities of South Africa, survival takes on a different form. The environment is dense, the population vast, and the threats unpredictable. The preppers I've met here have learned to fortify their homes, to defend themselves, and to protect their families through tactical means. They're experts in home fortification, self-defense, and blackout survival, ready to face down violent crime, political instability, and energy collapse with a tactical mindset that's truly remarkable. Due to extreme crime risks, South African preppers often install fake panic rooms in obvious places, closets, reinforced bathrooms, while the real safe room is hidden in places intruders wouldn't guess, behind false walls, under floors, or inside utility rooms. These real safe rooms have independent water, air, and security systems designed to withstand armed gangs for days. Brazil urban jungle survivors. In the bustling cities of Brazil, survival takes on a unique form. Here it's not just about natural disasters, it's about surviving blackouts and crime waves. People are turning to urban farming, preparing for blackouts and creating improvised security solutions. They know that danger can strike at any moment, and they're ready to adapt and survive. They are survivors through and through. Meanwhile, some of the world's richest elites, like tech billionaires, have already secretly bought survival compounds hidden deep in New Zealand, complete with helicopter pads and private security. In crime-heavy urban environments like Sao Paulo's favelas, preppers turn flat concrete rooftops into hidden gardens. Using scrap material to camouflage the greenery, they grow vital foods like cassava, tomatoes, and beans. Rainwater tanks hidden in sheds keep them supplied even when public utilities fail, blending survival and stealth in the most hostile urban jungles. In the remote landscapes of New Zealand, prepping is a quiet yet essential practice. Without ever calling it prepping, New Zealanders focus on off-grid living and food independence as part of their everyday life. Earthquakes, global instability, and isolation are constant threats, and people are always prepared. They call it bushcraft, the art of living off the land and making do with what you have. From homestead gardens to DIY security systems, New Zealanders are finding ingenious ways to survive and thrive in the face of uncertainty. Wealthy preppers and even groups of middle-class families quietly pool resources to buy isolated properties, lifestyle blocks, deep in the countryside. They install off-grid solar systems, water filtration from mountain streams, backup livestock and microcrops, far enough away that even a global disaster might take months to reach them. Canada, a land of vast wilderness where survival skills are a way of life. In the remote areas, preppers rely on their bushcraft skills to endure harsh winters and power outages. They stockpile food, use wood-burning stoves for heat, and hunt to ensure they have enough to eat. Canada's preppers are always ready for blizzards and food shortages, teaching their children the skills needed to survive in the wild. In Canada's north, where winter can last 6 months or more, preppers cache waterproof barrels full of supplies under snow and frozen ground. They use natural landmarks like unique rock formations or X marks made from stacked stones to find their gear when deep snow buries the landscape. These caches are vital if homes are lost to fire or floods. In the vast wilderness of Finland, winter is not just a season, it's a way of life. The Finns I've met here are experts in winter resilience. They're masters of bushcraft, hunting and fishing. They know how to build shelters, start fires in the snow and navigate through blizzards. Though they're not afraid of the cold, they embrace it. With the proximity to Russia and the threat of blackouts, the Finnish government has normalized prepping, encouraging citizens to stockpile and be ready for any emergency. Beneath Helsinki lies a sprawling underground network. Parking garages, shopping centres and even sports arenas can quickly convert into fallout shelters for hundreds of thousands. Finnish civilians often practice low-profile prepping, stockpiling months of food, solar panels and generators inside quiet suburban homes without any outward signs. Germany, the orderly preppers. In Germany, preparedness is a well-organized and systematic effort. With threats like cyber attacks, flooding, and energy crises, Germans have a long history of meticulous preparation. They've built a society that's resilient, self-sufficient, and ready for anything. They conduct regular emergency drills, maintain extensive flood defenses, and have a national strategy that involves every citizen. They are a nation that understands the importance of order, discipline, and preparedness. In Germany, survival culture includes knowing how to secure energy and protect against cyber threats. Locals are taught early that in a crisis, order and preparation could save entire communities. Many Germans quietly carried not-for-Rucksacker, discreet emergency backpacks. Inside, water filters, multi-tools, emergency cash, first aid kits, and even small radios. Trained by public safety campaigns, even office workers are prepared to walk home across cities in case of blackouts or cyber attacks shutting down transport. Iceland, the volcanic preppers. In the isolated regions of Iceland, prepping often involves harnessing geothermal energy and planning for volcanic eruptions. These communities rely on geothermal living to sustain themselves, ensuring they are prepared for any natural disasters. In urban areas, however, preppers have adapted to modern challenges by utilizing geothermal heating and planning for emergency evacuations due to volcanic threats. They believe in resilience, in planning, and in facing challenges head-on. Icelandic preppers tap into abundant geothermal power, heating homes, greenhouses, and even survival shelters off-grid. In emergencies like volcanic eruptions or deep winter storms, isolated communities rely on private geothermal wells for cooking, heating, and even electricity when national grids fail. Mexico, the earthquake and blackout survivors. In Mexico, where earthquakes, crime, and blackouts are constant threats, urban and rural resilience is key. Mexican preppers often focus on installing water tanks, maintaining food backups, and conducting regular earthquake drills to stay prepared. These preparations not only ensure survival, but also foster a strong sense of community and resilience in both urban and rural settings. Due to frequent water shortages and earthquakes, Mexican preppers in cities like Mexico City bury huge cisterns under courtyards or patios. These water vaults are often linked to rooftop rain collection systems and can keep a family alive for months if municipal water is disrupted. In the bustling heart of the Philippines, survival means navigating the challenges of frequent super typhoons. Super typhoons, flooding, and food shortages are ever-present realities. But amidst the chaos, the spirit of community thrives. Families are stockpiling food and water, setting up solar gear, and looking out for one another. They're finding strength in unity, proving that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can overcome. In some places like the Philippines, typhoon shelters are essential for family survival. Prepping for super typhoons and flooding is standard family readiness. Filipino families memorize multiple typhoon evacuation routes, on foot, by boat, and by vehicle. Communities often mark hidden evacuation paths using scratch marks on trees, painted rocks, or coded graffiti, enabling rapid flight when roads are flooded or collapsed. In Israel, survival is ingrained in the national culture, with everyone trained for emergencies. Israelis have bomb shelters in their homes and communities, preparing for missile strikes, war, and terrorism. The Israeli people are vigilant. They've adapted to constant threats, using advanced technology and rigorous training to stay prepared and relying on their strong community bonds to face any crisis. Beyond missile threats, Israeli homes, schools, and even malls contain reinforced rooms, mamad, built to resist chemical and biological attacks. Inside, families store sealed food, water, gas masks, and chemical-resistant suits, able to seal themselves off for hours or days without outside air. In Mongolia, nomadic preppers rely on ancient methods and modern technology to survive harsh winters and economic challenges. These time-tested techniques like mobile yurts and livestock management help communities ensure resilience and adaptability in the face of modern threats. By blending ancient nomadic wisdom with contemporary solar technology, Mongolian preppers continue to safeguard their livelihoods and sustain their families through tough times. Nomadic herders in Mongolia now use lightweight solar panels mounted on traditional yurts to power radios, lights, and even satellite communications. Combining ancient survival knowledge with modern energy independence allows rapid off-grid movement during harsh winters or economic collapses. In many Indian cities, resourcefulness prepping is gaining momentum. Families are turning to rooftop farming and water storage systems to combat water shortages and food inflation. This movement highlights the resourcefulness and community spirit of the Indian people. Facing chronic water shortages, Indian preppers set up rooftop rainwater collectors feeding into underground storage tanks. Families use low-tech sand and charcoal filters to purify water. In rural villages, entire communities sometimes secretly pool water supplies for mutual survival during long droughts. Nigeria, the blackout and instability preppers. In Nigeria, urban survival revolves around dealing with blackouts and instability. Generators, security systems, and water purification are essential for daily life, ensuring safety and access to clean water. In Nigeria, prepping is a necessity, driven by the constant threat of blackouts, civil unrest, and economic breakdown. In Nigerian cities plagued by blackouts, preppers hide backup generators behind false sheds, fake walls, or underground vaults to protect them from theft during power collapses. Some even rig silent generators to avoid detection during civil unrest. Chile, the Pacific fire preppers. In the coastal cities of Chile, survival means being ready for the next big wave. Earthquakes and tsunamis are ever-present threats, and quick evacuation plans are essential. Urban farming has become a vital part of food security, helping communities stay resilient. With water scarcity on the rise, Chileans are also prepping for droughts by conserving water and finding innovative solutions. They're installing community water storage tanks, utilizing rainwater harvesting systems, and building strong local support networks to share resources and knowledge. Chilean coastal preppers in earthquake and tsunami zones maintain secret alarm systems, whistles, signal mirrors, or even flare launchers in isolated villages to warn of incoming waves faster than official alerts. Vietnam, the flood and war-hardened preppers. In the Mekong Delta of Vietnam, people have built their lives around water. But as sea levels rise and storms become more intense, they're facing new challenges. They're adapting by building their homes on stilts, using boats as their primary mode of transportation, and developing innovative farming techniques to cope with saltwater intrusion. They are a testament to the human capacity to adapt and thrive, even in the face of a changing climate. In flood-prone deltas, Vietnamese preppers construct secret floating rafts beneath homes, waterproofed bundles of supplies that can float and survive weeks of flooding. Traditional stilt houses allow families to live above waterlines while keeping vital gear safe below. Will you be ready? Around the world, from the bustling cities to the remote corners of the globe, people are quietly preparing for an uncertain future. They are the flood and war-hardened preppers in Vietnam, adapting to water-based disasters, the office workers in Germany packing their emergency kits, the families in South Africa fortifying their homes. Survival isn't a hobby, it's a way of life. And across the world, in 1,000 different ways, the prepared are quietly writing the future. Across mountains and deserts, cities and oceans, one truth echoes louder than fear: those who prepare endure. Preppers are not waiting for disaster, they are building a future where families stay fed, where communities stand strong, where hope refuses to die in the dark. And when the storm comes, when the world falls silent, it won't be luck that saves you. It will be what you did when the world still turned, when the skies were still clear. Because survival isn't about living in fear, it's about living with purpose. The question was never if. The question is, are you ready? The world is watching. Prepare, endure, overcome. If you're ready to take your preparedness to the next level, subscribe, like, and follow Prepper's Edge. Stay strong, stay sharp, stay ready. This is Prepper's Edge. And the future belongs to the prepared. Stay safe and stay prepared.